Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. In this session, I will show you how derivatives may be used in real life situations, to be particular in the business setting. Our objectives for this video is number one, to define business loss and business gain, and to visualize business patterns with derivatives and understand how derivatives used in the real world situations. So first define what is business. So a company or an incentive entity engaged in commercial, industrial or professional activity is referred to as business. So businesses can be either for profit or non-profit organization. Limited liability firms, sole proprietorship, corporations, and other partnerships are all examples of business types. So when we say business gain, it is a gain in rise in the value of an item or property in general. So a loss, on the other hand, happens when the property or asset keep lose value in comparison to their purchase price. When your company cost exceeds the earning within the certain accounting period, you have a business loss. So the loss indicates that you spent more money than you earned. So I have here a hypothetical problem. A company wants to see where the 2-year operation of the firm is doing well and where it is not. We will apply our calculus skills to the Apostle Corporation problem. So here is the sample of hypothetical raw data displaying the week of operation and its corresponding gross sales. So using econometrics, I developed the third and fourth order polynomial regression function that best match the corporation's raw data. So the blue graph represents the function for the third order polynomial, while the red graph is for the fourth degree polynomial. To better comprehend the data from the firm, we computed the first and second derivatives of each functions. Using Geogebra app, I also generated graphs of the first and the second derivative as shown in the slide. So GeoGebra is a dynamic mathematics program for all levels of education that combines geometry, algebra, spreadsheets, graphing, statistics, and calculus into single user-friendly application. So GeoGebra is a constantly growing community of millions of people from all over the world. GeoGebra has grown to become the world's largest source of dynamic mathematics software, supporting the STEM education and teaching and learning breakthrough throughout the world. Okay, so we have here the first derivative. So the first derivative is actually the slope of the tangent line to the graph at a particular point. It is the first derivative. So it is a good idea to think of the first derivative as the graph's slope. So it is also utilized to figure out where the function's critical points are. The first derivative will be equated to zero so that we can get the critical point for the function. So what is the meaning of zero? So the reason for this is that the slope of the functions at the maxima or minima is actually equal to zero. Okay, so we also have here the second derivative. So it is used to determine whether the function has a relative minimum or relative maximum at the critical point. So a critical point is at which the first derivative function or the f prime of x is actually equal to zero. So we have here the critical points for our third order function and our fourth order function generated from the raw data of the corporation. So as shown on the table, so the 75th day is the critical point for the third order function. It indicates that the corporation's sales began to decline at the 75th day of operation. On the other hand, for the fourth order function, derived as indicated in the table and compared to the graph, The sales began to decline on the 23rd day of operation and began to climb on the 53rd day of operation until the 85th day. The sales starts to decline after the 85th day. So it is suggested that the Postal Corporation established variables that cause the drop and growth in profit on the specified dates. All in all, we know that derivatives have a wide range of applications in the actual world. Physics, accountancy, sports, and economics are only few examples. Derivatives are excellent for analyzing change. According to its description, it tells us how one variable varies while other variable changes. It enables us to assess how revenue and cost change in business and economics as the amount produced and sold varies. So that's all for this presentation. Thank you.